Over 60, 6 collagen-rich foods to ease swelling and strengthen your joints. As we gracefully journey past the age of 60, our bodies begin to tell a story of a life well lived. Each laugh line is a memory, and every silver hair is a mark of wisdom. But sometimes our bodies also tell a story of wear and tear, especially in our joints. The morning stiffness in your fingers, the creak in your knees as you stand up, the persistent ache in your hips after a walk in the park. These are common complaints that can steal the joy from our golden years. Many of us might chalk it up to just getting older, a fact of life we must simply accept. But what if a significant part of that discomfort could be managed, eased, and even improved, not with another pill from the pharmacy, but with simple, wholesome foods from your own kitchen? The secret lies in a powerful protein that acts as the very scaffolding of our body: collagen. Understanding the joint glue. What is collagen and why does it matter after 60? Imagine building a house. You have the bricks, your bones, but you need mortar to hold them together and give the structure strength and flexibility. In your body, collagen is that vital mortar. It's the most abundant protein we have, making up about a third of the body's total protein content. It's the primary building block of your skin, muscles, bones, tendons, ligaments, and most importantly for this discussion, your cartilage. Think of the cartilage in your joints, like your knees, hips, and shoulders, as a smooth, rubbery cushion. It caps the ends of your bones, allowing them to glide over each other effortlessly and without pain. This essential cushion is made up of a dense matrix, and a huge component of that matrix is collagen. It gives the cartilage its strength, structure, and resilience, much like steel bars, rebar, reinforced concrete. Here's the challenge we face as we age. Starting in our late 20s and early 30s, our body's natural production of collagen begins to decline. By the time we are over 60, this production has slowed down significantly. This decline is a major reason why our skin wrinkles, but more critically, it's why our joint cartilage can become thinner, weaker, and less hydrated. When this cushion wears down, the bones can start to rub against each other more directly. This friction is what leads to the inflammation, swelling, stiffness, and pain associated with conditions like osteoarthritis. The smooth, effortless movement we once took for granted is replaced by discomfort and a limited range of motion. The good news is that we are not helpless in this process. While we can't turn back the clock on our body's internal collagen factory, we can provide it with the raw materials it needs by consuming collagen-rich foods. When we eat these foods, our digestive system breaks the collagen down into its fundamental amino acids, like glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. These amino acids are then absorbed into our bloodstream and transported throughout the body, where they can be used as the building blocks to repair and rebuild our own natural collagen, including the vital cartilage in our joints. Eating a diet rich in these specific foods can help to 1. Reduce inflammation and swelling. Many collagen-rich foods also contain other compounds like glucosamine and chondroitin, which have powerful anti-inflammatory properties, helping to calm down angry, swollen joints. 2. Strengthen cartilage. By providing the necessary amino acids, you give your body the tools to patch up and reinforce the existing cartilage, making it more resilient to daily wear and tear. 3. Improve joint lubrication. Some of these foods and their cofactors help your body produce more synovial fluid, the natural oil that keeps your joints moving smoothly. Fourth lesson, pain and stiffness. The combined effect of reduced inflammation, stronger cartilage, and better lubrication can lead to a significant decrease in daily aches and an increase in your overall mobility and comfort. So, let's embark on a journey into your kitchen and explore the 6 powerful collagen-rich foods that can become your greatest allies in the fight for healthier, happier joints. 1. The mighty bone. Broth, a golden elixir for your joints. If there were a king of collagen-rich foods, it would undoubtedly be bone broth. This humble, time-honored concoction is not a new fad. It's a practice our grandmothers and their grandmothers before them knew was deeply nourishing. Bone broth is made by simmering the bones and connective tissues of animals, like chicken, beef, or fish, in water for an extended period, typically 12 to 24 hours. This long, slow cooking process does something magical. It breaks down the collagen from the bones, marrow, skin, and cartilage and releases it into the water, creating a nutrient-dense, easily absorbable liquid. When you simmer bones, you are essentially extracting a treasure trove of joint-supporting nutrients. The resulting broth is rich in type 2, collagen. While there are many types of collagen in the body, type 2 is the primary component of cartilage. Consuming foods rich in type 2, collagen specifically provides the exact building blocks your joint cartilage needs for repair. Glucosamine and chondroitin, sulfate. You've likely seen these sold as expensive supplements for joint health. They are naturally occurring compounds found in cartilage and connective tissues. When you make bone broth, they are released into the liquid. Glucosamine helps build and repair cartilage, while chondroitin helps cartilage retain water, keeping it plump and cushiony, acting as an effective shock absorber. Hyaluronic acid. Another star player in joint health, hyaluronic acid helps to lubricate the joints. It's a key component of your synovial fluid, the viscous liquid that reduces friction between your cartilage surfaces. More lubrication means smoother, less painful movement. Essential amino acids. Bone broth is packed with glycine and proline, two of the main amino acids your body needs to produce its own collagen. Glycine also has potent anti-inflammatory effects, which can directly help in reducing joint swelling. Minerals. The simmering process also leaches important minerals from the bones, such as calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, which are vital for bone density and overall skeletal health. Stronger bones provide a better foundation for your joints. A practical guide to bone broth for seniors. Making your own bone broth is incredibly simple, cost-effective, and allows you to control the ingredients, especially the salt content, which is crucial for those managing blood pressure. How to make it at home. Simple chicken bone broth. 1. Gather your ingredients. Get a carcass from a roasted chicken, or ask your local butcher for chicken frames, necks, and feet. The feet are particularly rich in collagen. You can also use beef marrow bones or knuckle bones. You'll also need 1 or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. The acid helps draw more minerals from the bones. And optional vegetables for flavor, like a couple of carrots, celery stalks, and an onion, all roughly chopped. 2. Combine in a pot. Place the bones and any optional vegetables into a large stock pot or a slow cooker. 3. Add water and vinegar. Cover the bones completely with cold, filtered water. There should be at least an inch or 2 of water above the bones. Add the apple cider vinegar. 4. Bring to a simmer. On the stovetop, bring the water to a gentle simmer. Do not let it come to a rolling boil, as this can make the broth cloudy. If using a slow cooker, set it to low. 5. Skim the scum. In the first hour or 2 of cooking, you may see a layer of foam or scum rise to the surface. This is just denatured protein and is perfectly normal. Use a large spoon to skim this off and discard it. This step helps create a clearer, cleaner tasting broth. 6. Simmer low and slow. Reduce the heat to the lowest possible setting to maintain a very gentle simmer. Cover the pot and let it cook for at least 12 hours for chicken and up to 24 hours for beef. The longer it simmers, the more collagen and nutrients will be extracted. 7. Strain and store. Once done, turn off the heat and let the broth cool slightly. Pour the broth through a fine mesh sieve or cheesecloth to remove all the bones and solids. 8. Cool and defat. Let the strained broth cool completely in the refrigerator. A layer of fat will solidify on top. You can skim this off and discard it or save it for cooking. A good broth will be gelatinous and jiggly when cold. That jiggle is the sign of a high collagen content. 9. Store it. The broth can be stored in the refrigerator in airtight containers for up to 5 days or frozen for several months. Freezing it in ice cube trays is a great way to have small, convenient portions on hand. Or grass-fed. This ensures the animals were healthier, resulting in a more nutritious broth. Low in sodium. Many commercial broths are loaded with salt. Look for no salt added or low sodium versions. packaged in glass or cartons. Avoid cans if possible to reduce exposure to BPA. Check the ingredients. The list should be simple, just bones, water, maybe some vegetables and vinegar. Avoid brands with yeast extract, artificial flavors, or MSG. How to use it: drink a warm mug. The simplest way is to gently heat a cup of broth and sip on it like a savory tea. It's incredibly soothing and warming, especially on a cold morning. Soup base. Use it as the foundation for any soup or stew. It will add incredible depth of flavor and a huge nutritional boost. Cook grains. Instead of water, use bone broth to cook your rice, quinoa, or oatmeal for added protein and nutrients. In sauces and gravies, substitute bone broth for water or regular stock in your favorite sauce and gravy recipes. 2. Chicken, especially with the skin and cartilage. You don't need to go to great lengths to get a good dose of collagen. A simple, well-cooked chicken can be a fantastic source, provided you eat the right parts. Many popular diet trends have encouraged us to eat boneless, skinless chicken breasts, but for joint health, we're missing out on the best bits. The skin, cartilage, and connective tissues of a chicken are loaded with the very collagen our bodies crave. When you roast or stew a whole chicken, the heat gently breaks down the collagen in the skin and the cartilage around the joints, like the ends of the drumsticks and wings. This makes it more digestible and available for your body to use. Chicken is a particularly rich source of type 2 collagen, the specific type that forms the basis of our joint cartilage. This is why chicken cartilage is often the primary ingredient in many high-end joint health supplements. Eating the real thing gives you this targeted collagen, along with a host of other beneficial proteins and nutrients in their natural, whole food form. Think about it. The phrase, chicken soup for the soul and for a cold, exists for a reason. A traditional chicken soup, made from a whole bird, is essentially a quicker, less concentrated version of bone broth. It's comforting and packed with anti-inflammatory properties and the raw materials for tissue repair. A practical guide to eating chicken. For joint health, embrace the whole bird. Instead of buying pre-packaged boneless, skinless parts, consider buying a whole chicken. Roasting a whole chicken is not only economical, but also ensures you get all the collagen-rich parts. The meat will be more tender and flavorful too. Don't throw away the good stuff. When you have roasted chicken, make a point to eat some of the crispy, delicious skin. When you're eating a drumstick or a wing, don't be afraid to nibble on the soft cartilage at the ends of the bones. That soft, chewy bit is pure joint-building material. Make second meals. After you've carved the meat from a roasted chicken, don't discard the carcass. That is your golden ticket to a pot of homemade bone broth, as described in the section above. You get 2 incredible joint-healthy meals from one bird. Choose the right cuts. When buying chicken pieces, opt for cuts that still have the skin and bone attached, like chicken thighs, drumsticks, and wings. These are not only more flavorful and moist when cooked, but also provide more collagen than a lean breast. Slow cooking is your friend. Methods like stewing or braising chicken pieces, especially tougher cuts like thighs or legs, are fantastic. The low, moist heat works wonders at breaking down the tough connective tissues and infusing the meat and the surrounding liquid with collagen. A classic chicken cacciatore or a simple chicken and vegetable stew can be a powerhouse meal for your joints. How to use it: the Sunday roast. A weekly roasted chicken can provide a family meal and then leave you with leftovers for sandwiches and a carcass for broth. Flavorful stews. Use bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs to create a hearty stew with root vegetables. The collagen will melt into the sauce, making it rich and delicious. Simple pan-seared thighs. Pan-sear skin-on chicken thighs. Skin side down, first to get it crispy, and then finish them in the oven. It's a quick, easy, and collagen-packed weeknight meal. 3. Fish with the skin and bones, especially sardines and salmon. The ocean is another bountiful source of collagen, specifically marine collagen. This type of collagen is primarily type 1, which is excellent for skin, bones, and blood vessels, but it also provides the essential amino acid building blocks for all collagen types, including the type 2 needed for joints. The real magic of eating certain types of fish for joint health is the powerful 1-2 punch they deliver: collagen and omega-3 fatty acids. The science made simple: marine collagen. The skin, scales, and bones of fish are extremely rich in collagen. When you eat fish with the skin on, or you eat small fish where you consume the tiny edible bones, like in canned sardines, you are getting a direct dietary source of this protein. Marine collagen is made of smaller particles, and some research suggests it may be absorbed more efficiently by the body. Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines are famous for their high content of omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are among the most potent natural anti-inflammatory agents you can consume. They work by blocking inflammatory pathways in the body, similar to how some medications work, but without the side effects. For someone with swollen, aching joints, a diet rich in omega-3s can lead to a noticeable reduction in pain, stiffness, and swelling. So, when you eat a piece of salmon with its crispy skin, you're not just getting collagen. You're also flooding your body with powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that directly tackle the source of your joint pain. This combination is what makes fatty fish a superstar food for anyone over 60 looking to improve their joint health. A practical guide to eating fish for joint health. Learn to love. Sardines. Canned sardines might seem like an old-fashioned food, but they are a nutritional powerhouse and one of the best things you can eat for your joints. They are packed in oil, choose those in olive oil, and you eat the entire fish, including the skin and the tiny softened bones. This means you get a massive dose of marine collagen, calcium from the bones, and a huge amount of anti-inflammatory omega-3s. They are also inexpensive, convenient, and low in mercury compared to larger fish. Keep the skin on. When you cook a fillet of salmon, mackerel, or sea bass, cook it with the skin on. Score the skin with a knife, season it, and pan-sear its skin side down in a hot pan with a little oil. It becomes wonderfully crispy and delicious. That crispy skin is a concentrated source of collagen. Fish head soup or stock. While it may not be common in Western cuisine, many cultures around the world use fish heads and frames to make a deeply nourishing stock. Just like bone broth, a fish stock is rich in collagen, especially from the head, which is full of gelatinous tissue, minerals like iodine, and healthy fats. You can use it as a base for seafood soups and chowders. How to use it? The simple sardine lunch. Mash a can of sardines with a fork and mix with a little lemon juice, chopped parsley, and a dab of plain yogurt or mayonnaise. Spread it on whole grain toast or crackers for a quick, incredibly healthy lunch. Crispy skinned salmon. Dinner. Serve a pan-seared salmon fillet over a bed of quinoa cooked in bone broth, with a side of steamed green vegetables for a perfect anti-inflammatory, collagen-boosting meal. Easy fish cakes. Use canned salmon, which also contains skin and soft bones, and mix it with mashed potato, herbs, and an egg. Form into patties and pan-fry them for a tasty and joint-friendly meal. 4. Eggs, specifically the yolk and shell membrane. Eggs are a staple in many households, known for being an affordable and complete source of protein. But their benefits for joint health go beyond just the protein in the whites. The real treasures are hidden in the yolk and in a part you most likely throw away without a second thought: the thin membrane that clings to the inside of the shell. The science made. Simple. The eggshell membrane. Have you ever noticed the very thin, paper-like film that lies between the eggshell and the egg white? This is the eggshell membrane. Its biological purpose is to protect the growing chick from bacteria. This membrane is a naturally occurring combination of joint-supporting compounds. It is composed primarily of fibrous proteins like type 1 collagen, but more importantly, it's also a natural source of glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid, the same trio of superstars we find in bone broth and expensive joint supplements. Research has shown that supplements made from eggshell membrane can significantly reduce joint pain and stiffness, sometimes in as little as 7 to 10 days. While eating the membrane from a single egg won't be as concentrated as a supplement, making it a regular habit can contribute to your overall intake of these crucial compounds. The egg yolk. The yolk is where most of the egg's vitamins and minerals are concentrated. It contains vitamin D and sulfur. Vitamin D is essential for bone health and has anti-inflammatory properties. Sulfur is a vital trace mineral that your body needs for the production of collagen. It helps to form the strong bonds that give collagen its structure and resilience. So, the yolk provides the supportive nutrients that help your body utilize the collagen you consume from other sources.